So you're thinking of buying PlayStation VR? Well, you've come to the right place, especially when you want to buy PlayStation VR in 2018. Now, would you ask yourself, is it worth it? You would, especially when it's 2018 and it's already been out for 2 years. But with my top 5, and on top of that, I will be giving another top 5, which is basically a top 10. But the first 5 will be basically the general stuff on how to buy it, and even if you've got it, maybe these will apply to you as well. But the other 5 will be basically my top 5 from my perspective, and from when I bought it and how I feel about it, and what I think about it. Now, coming in our number 1 spot is basically you need to figure out your space. Now, for me, most of my VR videos most of my experiences, I do it on my couch. Now, the couch is probably one of the best setups you can ever have, but it's usually the space around the couch. If you do it on a desk, if you do it on a little, if you even stand up, because some games, they actually require you to stand up. So you need a quite good amount of space, especially with all the cables and all the wiring and everything. Now, PlayStation VR, if you look at it, it is pretty, it's not like the HTC Vive, or it's not like the Oculus Rift. The other ones are quite light, and they're quite, I think one of them is Bluetooth or something, I don't know. But this one is quite a bulky headset, and it's not that heavy actually, but there's a lot of wires. Like for example, there's at least 6 wires connected to the PSVR, going into the PS4, and that is a lot of wire. That's a lot of wires to go in and out. Not only that, the actual PSVR comes with its own processor unit. Now the processor unit it's like a little, well, I'd like to show you actually. The processor unit is pretty simple. It's like a mini PS4, but it's very unique. It's quite light actually, but it's medium weight. But on the other hand, you need also space for that. Yeah, itself has a very unique order of its cables. Now, of course, you've got the power cable. The power cable is quite short, but it's long enough to go around a table. It's long enough to go around this thing. Sorry, it's okay. And then you got the 2 HDMI cables, the one that connects to the PS4, and then one that connects to the TV, because with the VR headset you'll have to change because usually you have one HDMI cable, which goes from the TV to the PS4. Now you'll have to take the HDMI cable from the PS4 and plug it into the TV, and the HDMI cable from the TV will have to go into the processor unit, which means whenever the processor unit is on, the little one, the PS4 will turn on automatically. So without the processor unit, you won't be able to actually power the PS4, which is kind of annoying, but it's also it's okay, because it won't affect the VR and everything, because you will be able to turn it off from the actual button on the thing it gives you. Moving on to the other cables, then you've got the actual you got the USB port, which you have to plug in. It's the actual charger. It's the same cable you use to charge your controller. So you plug the end that you plug the controller into the back, and you plug it in to the front of the PS4. And that's actually the most annoying cable of all, because it actually goes to the front and it just looks ugly. But it's not that much of a nuisance. But I could tell you the most annoying cable is the very, very long cable, the thick one that goes into the VR headset itself. It's a very thick texture. I'll show you now. It's a very thick texture, as you can see, and it is this long. It's literally, you've got these parts. You've got these parts here, where you have to plug them in. I will show you a demonstration now. And basically, and then once you plug that in, you gotta plug these into the front of the processor. Like, come on, seriously. And then that is a bit annoying because when you move around, especially when you stand up, yeah, that's not really, it's not very good in a way. It's not very useful. I would wish it was Bluetooth, but it's not. Sadly, PlayStation is not futuristic as that. But they will do it in the future. But that is mainly all the cables. Now, coming on to the second one, if you're new to the VR, if you already have the VR and you just want tips on the other tips, go to the third one now. But if you are new to the VR, please stay on the second one. Now, the second thing I will say to you is that this is the only mistake I made with my VR. Now, you might as well buy the bundle, which is $100 in US, and I think it's about 50 pounds extra, I think, yeah, in most places, sorry, yeah, in most places, but yeah, it's about £50 and $100 extra to get the bundle. Now, in this bundle, you get the VR headset itself, you get VR World. Okay, sorry. Okay, so you get the VR headset itself and the VR Worlds. Now, the VR Worlds, it's quite a bundle. You get about 6 games in here, and it's quite a long bundle to go through. And you also get the PS Camera. Now, the PS Camera has 2 versions. The old version, which came out with the original PS4, and the second version, which came out with the PS VR itself. Now, for me, because I've been watching a lot of YouTube videos saying, oh, there's no such difference, there's no difference between the two, blah, blah, blah. Which is the reason why I've got the old one, and I haven't spent another 45 quid to get a new one. I'm looking dead into your eyes right now. There is no absolute difference. Don't waste 45 quid. Get an amazing game or amazing controller with amazing decal on it. I do recommend blue. Right. Third one. Now, on to our third spot. Now, this one is quite interesting, actually. It's not, well, it's quite interesting for me, actually, because I have done this so many times. And I've just beaten myself up for it, you know? Exactly. Now, the third one is basically, don't buy the games right away when you buy the VR headset or the bundle, because they will cost you a lot of money. I mean it. Now, I just came across a brand new VR game which was £40 on the first day it came out. Now, listen to me. On the second day, it went down £5, I think, £5. Now, by the end of the month, it was 22 quid. It's one of the best games, by the way. And on the first day, it was 45 quid. It was nearly 50% off by the end of the week. Now, most games will do that. And I not most games. Most games, if they are like blockbusters, I mean blockbusters. And they will be blockbustered for a long time. Probably, if it's probably the best game, number one, it will be blockbustered for about a few months or so. But they will eventually go down by 50% or more. So just please do wait for a couple of weeks or a couple of months. If you are rich, then who's stopping you? Go ahead, But some people, they just prefer to wait. I don't know why. It stinks. It sucks. Just buy it. It's worth it. Moving on. Also adding on, guys, with the games. There is absolute. I have absolute. So many games on here for VR. You have no idea. And let me tell you this now. Most of the games I have are free. They're free experiences, free games, and with the VR bundle or the VR headset, does not matter. You get a demo disc with it. So you get to try out most of the games anyway with a demo. And you get to see if it's crap or good or not. And talking of that, if you want to check out some of the latest games for VR, please check in my YouTube channel, because I am doing them right now, and it would be amazing if you actually gave me support, because it'd be just out of this world, So if you want to buy games, that's totally fine, but there are so many free games and experiences out there, especially the demo disc. If you buy the bundle, you get PlayStation VR Worlds anyway, and you just don't want to waste so much money. Only the amazing games are with money, but most games are free, and they are pretty good. Coming in our number 4 spot now, as I might have mentioned this at the end of number 3 anyway, but I will repeat it. Go to the PS Store and download all the free content and all the free stuff, because it is worth it, okay? Don't waste your money, just get all the free content. Once you get the VR, they will be suggesting you all the free games anyway, so go to the PS Store and buy all the free stuff, including the Playroom. The Playroom is amazing. You can share with friends, and you can actually play with friends outside the VR. So you could be on the VR and someone else is on the DualShock, and they could be, it's amazing. Just amazing. Most of the games anyway are free stuff. It's amazing. Go check it out. Now guys, coming to the momentum of this top 5. I might need a break for this, sorry. I just made a joke, you will understand in a minute. With the VR headset, there are momentous occasions where people faint. People with epileptic seizures do tend to have a lot of moments. So, please do take breaks. Just saying this because it's advised. And if I don't say this, then, probably I'll look like a fool and a stupid idiot, So, please do take breaks when you're on the VR, because I am not kidding you. I went through the world record because I got the first VR out of 50 on the first year it came out, and I went on it for about 3 hours straight, and I came out, and probably my face was blue. My face was absolutely blue because so much, I was on it so much that I didn't know what reality was anymore. And when I came out, I had sudden shock. I nearly fainted. I needed water. I did have water actually. Don't judge me. I needed water because I just didn't feel right. And I'm seriously saying this, guys. Please do take breaks. Because it does affect you after a while. So yeah, that's pretty much it. Now moving on to the cool stuff with Joshua. No, I'm serious. I'm just joking. Now moving on to the cool stuff. Actually, literally, that was the general stuff. Now my interpretation of the top 5. Now the top 5 coming in our first spot. Well, it is actually quite cool. This I like this. I do recommend this once you get the VR. I have made a video on this, on the latest game that is absolutely blockbusting at the moment, which is Fortnite. I have tried it, and I have tried it on Rocket League and so many other games on the PS4 playlist at the moment. But it's absolutely amazing. It is like you're there, basically. I'm talking about PS4 games, not PSVR games. Even though when you put the VR headset on, I recommend you to put the VR headset on when you're playing the PS4 games, like shooting games. You're actually there, you know, when it's not even a VR game. I tried it on a few games actually. On Minecraft, I tried it. Is it on this one? No. Oh, sorry. I tried it on World War II, which is absolutely amazing with it. I tried it with Fallout 4. There's actually probably a Fallout 4 VR. I'm not sure. Is that true? No. I think there's something related to that. Pardon me. Also, a few other things that that's coming later. But yeah, yeah, try that. Make sure. I'm just kidding. Coming in on the second spot on my worthy list. Now, see these things here? Get them. Absolutely make sure you get these. Because these, my friend, are the two bazonkas that you will need on every single game. Absolutely every single game. Without doubt, I'm sorry, I'm a bit, tired. Without doubt, I think it's 3 out of 5. Yeah, 3 in every 5 games, they'll probably need this. I recommend 2 because, you can never have, you don't want one hand, don't you? That pretty much sucks. But, if you're super, super lucky you don't have them, but you do have the DualShock controller, then okay, you're fine, And also, if you're lucky and you've got the PS3 Move controllers, then you're also in luck because they're also compatible. Yep. Okay. Coming in our number 3 spot, I think this should have been in the general thing in the 5, but I didn't put it in there, but because it's probably more with the general statistics and all that stuff, the crappy stuff. But yeah, coming in on number 3, make sure you use a headset, especially the ones that have like extra bass and all that stuff. I do recommend these. These are PlayStation certified. These are quite expensive actually. They cost me about 50 quid. These were from Game. They're actually really, really cool. I do use its microphone for recording. It's very bendy and you can move it a lot. But this, you can adjust the volume on here, not just here, but on the VR itself too. So you get extra volume. But these, Game, if you want to, DM me, if you want to, sponsor me at any time, I am, but yeah, this is, I don't know what the branding is, actually. I don't know. But, yeah, I think it was like for gamers or something. Yeah, for gamers, something like that. But oh yeah, is it? Yeah. It does say Look, for gamers. Yeah, it's a sick brand that I do love the actual headphones. It's very, very cushiony. It's cushioned and it's very soft and it's got amazing sound. So I do recommend this headset, but also not just focusing on that headset. Make sure you do have a headset because there's something called 3D surround sound on VR, especially on the PSVR, and without it, it pretty much sucks. So yeah. Coming in our number 4 spot Now this is quite interesting actually because I like it, and it's one of the most recent things I've um, come across actually. It's called, well, it is in the TV and video section. You go on TV and video. Well, you'll probably say this guy's stupid. You know, why, we already know this. But it's actually YouTube. Yeah, it's actually YouTube. But you'll be shocked at what I actually will show you now. It's basically YouTube. Well, if you go into the home, sorry. If you go into home, you go down. No, it should be here somewhere. Oh, is it because I'm not on the VR? Sorry guys, I'm not on the actual VR, but I'm so stupid right now. If you are on the VR and you turn on YouTube, it will give you the option saying, do you want normal YouTube or VR YouTube? Now that is absolutely sick. When I had that in front of me, I'm like, whoa, okay, VR YouTube, what the heck is that? It's not a 360 video of YouTube. Don't worry, it's not that sick. But when you go on there, it will give you the choice of a category of VR. So there's also VR videos that you can watch that people have created on their YouTube channels. And there are a few amazing ones like Minecraft. There are a few PS4 game related videos on VR. There's a lot of experiences that you can go on. I do actually recommend this. It's like most of the games are on there. Most of the experience are on there. So if you want to go and do that, I totally recommend it. It's amazing. I spend my night going on there. Seriously. Even if you want, like, it is suitable for everyone. Seriously, everyone. Even if you're a granddad, you could be on a hill watching the moon with your telescope. If you're a mum, you could be with any of your favourite male actor right next to you, or I don't know. Or if you're dad, you could be in your favourite sports car, or I don't know. You could be anywhere. Even if you want to sit down and you want to be on a beach, seriously, and you're sitting down with a pina colada and sitting and staring at the beach, and you could be doing anything. Seriously, anything. Just type it in. It's there. Seriously. And guys, coming in our final spot. This is not really like that big, but it is also important. If you do have PS Plus, which I will go on now. If you do have PS Plus, I do, but I will just show you. There's a thing called monthly games. So with every month you get free games, and basically. Wait, that's the deals. Sorry. So if you go here, if you go to monthly games, you'll be able to every month you get free games from PlayStation. Oh my God. Ratchet and Clank. I didn't see this month yet, guys. But that's absolutely sick. Oh my God. But rarely, but they do tend to come up. Rarely you do get free VR games, which are like amazing VR games. They're probably like £30 worth or 20 quid worth, and they're free. They're literally just free. and you can just get them. So yeah, go on here every month, just check it out. I got a few games. One of them I will shout out, which is Rigs, mechanized robot league, and you get to be in these massive robots, and you get to fight other robots, and it's just amazing, seriously. And I got it for free because I got PlayStation Plus. Now, if you get PlayStation Plus, you can get them too. Now, yeah, thank you for watching, guys. It has been a long video. Yeah, covering a lot. But if you like this type of stuff, and if you want more VR content from me, then leave a comment, like, and subscribe. I don't know how that came out. Oh my god. Okay. Well, thank you guys. Boom. See you next time.